I'm Kathryn, your Beer Mistress, and this week, in celebration of me hitting the 1,000 sub milestone, I'm sharing with you the journey of how Beer Mistress came to be. I'm probably gonna break some hearts and expectations with this one, but it wasn't my idea. Back when I started the channel, I wanted to have a weekly segment that was set in stone and didn't involve me having to come up with an idea that week. So Prince Charming suggested that I try beer. I was open to it because when we lived in France, I said I didn't like wine, and then I started trying the different wines by the different, are they called brewers? What are they called? I don't know, the people who make wine, and I loved it. I don't know why I said I didn't like wine. Maybe it's because I was drinking crappy American wine and not delicious French wine. I don't know. But despite being open to trying beer to find out what I like, I didn't particularly feel comfortable with offering beer reviews because I know nothing about beer. So I did research, because that's what YouTube really is. It's the Google in video form. What cemented my resolve to do beer reviews, one, when you type in beer reviews in Google, there aren't that many women that come up. It's all men. No offense, but some of those men are buttheads. The one video that I watched, the guy said something that's like, if there was a woman on the panel with this beer review, he would have been called out because he said that the beer that they were drinking, which was, I think it was Lindman's Creek beer, which is a decent beer. I don't know why they were pooping on it. He said the only acceptable time to drink this beer is when you want to get a woman drunk and sleep with her, which don't do that. Yeah, it made me really upset. And I was fuming for a couple days over this, and I thought, well, I can be the kind of person that complains, or I can be the type of person that does something to change the system. My way of changing the system is by doing beer reviews. I hate complaining about this because I think when you complain about something, you bring focus to the negativity, and when you do that, you give it power, and I do not want to give power to the people that do this crap. However, I can say that even though I don't involve myself that much in the beer community, except in Belgium, the Belgian beer community is awesome. They are always accommodating, welcoming. I've had zero issues when it comes to in-person beer community where I've been. And I've done some things in West Flanders. I went out to, what was it called? Alsberg. We did this. They were just amazing. So I haven't been everywhere in Belgium, so don't take my word for it. Go out, experience, form your own opinions. At least for me, in Belgium, in person, there hasn't been much issue. But when you go online, and you really shouldn't take your online experience of how the world works because it's online and that's not a good representation of how the world is. But I will say online, my experiences have not been positive at all. I was part of 3 different beer enthusiast themed Facebook groups, and I ended up leaving them because the energy in them was just so incredibly toxic. And the purpose of these groups was that in order to be in it, you had to produce content. So if you weren't regularly trying beers, or if you weren't going to the breweries, you weren't supposed to be in the group, because it was beer enthusiasts just sharing their experiences through beer, which I thought, oh, that would be perfect for somebody like me who does beer reviews on YouTube. I need the views, and all of this would help me. But the people there, it's just like every single week was poo-poo on Kathryn week. And the annoying thing is that I know they weren't watching the video. They would just look at the thumbnail and be upset. That really annoys me when it's so obvious that somebody just formed an opinion based on a picture. And I ended up leaving because I was thinking, you know, these aren't people that I would want to be friends with. They're not people that I would invite over to my house. They're not people that I really want involved in my community, because my whole goal with the whole Beer Mistress thing, besides making certain people angry because how dare I try beer, is just to encourage people to try beer. I do think that there is a stigma out there, particularly towards women, that it's a man's drink. No, it's not. It's not a woman or a man's drink. It's a drink, and it's for everybody who can drink legally. I have to put this disclaimer in there because it's the internet. And it shouldn't be just for one person. There's enough deliciousness to share with everybody. And I sort of hope that just by putting my face out there and somebody coming along and seeing, oh, wow, here's this woman trying beer, maybe just go out and try beer. Like, I know a long time ago, I thought it was disgusting and horrible, but there's so much character and flavor in each beer. And that's why, despite the fact that my beer reviews don't get that many views, and even when you look at to the more bigger channels, they also don't get that many views, I will always continue to do beer reviews because really they're just so delicious. And honestly, I feel like I've become very Belgian in my mindset when it comes to beer, because I've had a few people who've said, oh, I don't like beer. And I've added yet, because you haven't found the one that you like. If you watch my reviews, then you know that, yeah, there are some that I find that, yeah, they're not drinkable. Like Cara Pils. Why is that called a beer? It should not be called a beer. It's not a beer. It's carbonated water is what that is. But then you have other drinks like De Pouce, which is a blonde, and I'm not the biggest fan of blondes, but it's delicious. And then you have breweries that just, like De Bee. De Bee is my favorite brewery. You can see here, I think they make 9, and I've tried all of them. I love the artwork, I love that there's a story on the back, and the beer is delicious. But still, even though I love the brewery, not all their beers I like, but you won't know that if you don't go out and try beer. So even if you like a beer, maybe, you know, step out of your comfort zone and try other beers. Anywho, that's what I have for you guys this week, and I want to do a shout out and just say thank you to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. And hey, if you're new and you would like to join my YouTube family, hit that subscribe button. I know that like 70% of you watch my videos and aren't subscribed. I mean, does that keep you up at night? It should. It keeps me up at night. Why don't you want to be my friend? Or we could be enemies. Like, I'm open to any and all roles. And I will see you guys in the next video. Tootsies, my applezines. I can't remember who it was, but I'm like 90% sure it was my cousin who told me that the best beer in the world was Miller Lite or Coors Light. I'll have to see if I can find it here, but I'm fairly certain that that probably just tastes like water. But hey, I think I've had the worst beer in Belgium, so Belgians, do you have Coors Miller Lite here?